Hi, my name is Stephanie Merson, and this is my Project 1 for EDFN 604, and it is all about what is the purpose of public schools. And today, I'm going to be addressing the politicians and what they believe about the purpose of schools. So before we begin talking about what people believe the purpose is about school, I want to talk about the history of public schools and kind of where we came from and the purposes over the years. So starting in the 17th century with the first public school, which was called the Boston Latin School in Boston, Massachusetts, religious studies were really the purpose of school. So the community wanted students to learn reading and writing so that they could study their Bibles. They then moved to towns of 50 people. They believed that they should have an elementary school, and then towns who had over 100 people should have a Latin school. Moving into the 18th century, the purpose was still religious studies. Schools were either considered private or religious. Many public schools that were made during the 17th century were turned into private academies that are still around today. Most public schools were overseen by ministers, so you can see that connection between religion and public schools at this point. And then most public schools were free to both boys and girls at this time. Then moving into the 19th century, the purpose was really education for all, which was backed by Horace Mann, who had a lot of influence on what public education looks like today. So single teacher, in the beginning of the 19th century, a single teacher taught multiple grade levels. It was a community-wide event. Everyone helped out. So there were families who housed the teachers stayed with them, and they were taken care of by them. Community members brought wood to keep the classroom warm. The community brought in food and supplies so the classroom was able to thrive. And then towards the end of the 19th century, there was an increased involvement from the state. So by the end of the century, grade levels began to be organized by age, like they are now. And then in 34 states, they had laws that required students to attend school until a certain age. Moving into the 20th century, the purpose was to prepare the workforce. It was very teacher-centered. It was based on the needs of employers, thinking about the industrial age. And then also we had Brown versus Board of Education, which desegregated schools. During the 20th century, if you were to walk into a classroom, you'd see students in rows facing forward, the teacher lecturing, and the students all doing the same thing at the exact same time. Now we're moving into the 21st century, which is where we're at now, and the purpose really depends on who you ask. It is a little bit harder to kind of give a broad purpose during this time because we're still in it. We don't have that kind of hindsight to look back, but the focus is on technology. We have lots of project-based and collaborative learning going on, and it's very student-centered. So walking into a 21st century classroom now, it's a little bit louder than the 20th century classroom. You see lots of students collaborating and talking. You may have different students working on different things all at the same time too. So politicians believe, depending on who you ask right now, there's different beliefs about the purpose of schools. So when we ask politicians mostly say that they believe that the main purpose of public schools is to prepare public members of our global economy. So not just the United States economy. We want to make sure that we are preparing productive members that are able to compete globally and to bring in money, right? So this idea is based on the human capital theory, which is that the more money we spend on education, it will lead to a stronger economy. And when we have a stronger economy, poverty will go away. Okay, so we're putting all of our eggs in the education basket. If we solve this one problem, all of our other problems will go away. And most politicians believe that education is failing. And they believe it's failing way back when we lost the space race. That's when it started, right? We still have poverty, so therefore education is failing. A Nation at Risk report that compared academics between the United States and other countries showed that we were lower in math and science. So most politicians believe that we are failing, our public schools are failing. And they benefit from this purpose. And they benefit from, politicians benefit from thinking that we are failing and thinking negatively about schools. Because by blaming schools, right, we put the focus on the schools instead of groups that help politicians get elected, such as financial institutions, factory owners, and corporate managers. And in short, by believing this purpose and by talking about school in this way, it gets politicians money and it gets politicians votes. So here's an example. Bill Clinton started his political career by talking negatively about education in Arkansas. And he called himself the education governor, and he won that election. He was very young, and people didn't think he was going to win. Another example. In George W. Bush's presidential race in 2000, he too claimed to be an education governor from Texas by talking negatively about the public schools and about the ways that he would fix them, even though he didn't have any experience with education. And so we talked about what politicians believe, but other people believe that there are different purposes of school. So some people think that the purpose of school is to create a workforce. Other people believe that it's to get students prepared for different social positions once they are out of school. Other people believe that the purpose of school is for students to learn how to socialize and how to interact and kind of learn how to have appropriate relationships with each other. Other people believe that the purpose of school is to prepare future citizens, United States citizens. And other people believe that the purpose of school is for academics. But when I think about who I want to listen to, right, when it comes to the purpose of school, I want to listen to the people who have their boots on the ground, right, who are actually in the school buildings, who interact with schools every day or most of their days. So I looked at this 2019 PDK poll report, which surveyed parents and teachers. And I looked at this question specifically. So it was asking teachers and parents what they thought the main goal of public education was. And so let's look at the parents first. So parents, 53% of parents thought that the purpose of school was to prepare students academically. 18% of parents thought that the main goal of public education was to prepare students for work. And 28% of parents thought that the main goal of public education was to prepare students to be good citizens. Then looking at what teachers thought, 37% of teachers thought that the main goal of public school education was to prepare students academically. 17% of teachers thought that it was to prepare students for work. And 45% of teachers thought that it was to prepare students to be good citizens. So overwhelmingly, looking at teachers and parents, they overwhelmingly believe that the purpose of a public school education is to prepare students both academically and to be good citizens. So looking at another survey, the National Survey of Public School Parents, where parents were surveyed, it was found that 3/4 of public school parents gave high performance ratings to their local school, the school that their child went to. 79% of parents were satisfied with their child's public school, and 53% of parents believe that public schools expand opportunities for low-income and minority children to succeed. And there is a huge difference between what politicians view school and what teachers and parents view school, right? We have on one hand the politicians saying that we're failing and that we're looking at it in a negative light, and then we have teachers and parents who are viewing it in a positive light and saying that we are succeeding. And I think that the difference is that one is in the buildings seeing what's going on every day, and one is not in the buildings seeing what's going on every day. So what do I think the purpose of school is, and what do I want you as politicians to go away with? I think that the purpose of public schools is to prepare students academically and to be good citizens. I think it's okay that we have more than one purpose, right? I believe that many schools are effective in this purpose, but I don't think that all are. And the reason why I think that not every single public school is effective in this purpose is because of the money, of the funding, and of the way that schools are talked about in the media and with politicians. We have a lot of things federally, of reports or laws that were signed in, A Nation at Risk, Race to the Top, No Child Left Behind, that really trickle down and affect schools negatively because teachers aren't involved in those decisions. We have education has either no media or it has negative media. So in 2009, only 1.4% of all national news coverage was related to education. And so because of this, people who aren't involved in education, they only hear they only hear from politicians, and they only hear that tiny bit, the 1.4% of national news coverage. And so they get a negative view of public schools. So what do I want you as politicians to leave with? I want you to understand that there is no proof that the human capital theory is valid in education. So I want you to go do a little bit more research on that. I want local politicians to spend one day a month, if not more, in a school, in the community that you serve, so that you are able to fully understand what is happening in the schools. And I want all politicians to listen to the people who have their boots on the ground in schools and include those voices before making any decisions about education, so that you can fully understand how the decisions that you're making at the top trickle down into the school buildings every single day. Here are my references that I used for this presentation. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.